Hello, dear students. I hope you all have done your exercise 7A very sincerely because today we are going to start the second exercise of your linear equation, which is a word problem. So, what you have solved in your class, in your exercise 7A, it becomes a part of the solving. Actually, there is no such ways of doing or solving, no such standard method of solving these problem sums. Still, we will discuss few how you have to go about it. The more you practice this chapter, the more you understand. So first let us discuss how to solve. First is read the problem very carefully and note what is given and what is required. Okay, and then after that you have to assign any variable. It could be any x, y, or a, or m, or n, or t, any variable to the unknown number you want to find it out. Then whatever is given, you translate that into the mathematical form. Like if it is given twice a number, it means you have to multiply it by 2. If it is written 4 by 4 fifth of a number, it means it is 4 by 5 multiplied by x. So like this you have to translate the number statements into a mathematical statement. Now then next is you have to find it out what it is equal to, because linear equation means it should have a left hand side and right hand side. There should be equal sign in between. So you have to find it out how it is equal to the other side with the conditions will be given in the problem. And then comes the solving part, which how you are going to solve as you have solved exercise 7a. Now verifying is for your convenience, that in the rough work if you want to find it out whether you have solved the problem correctly, whether your equation what you have formed was right, that is a way of verifying it. Now in this slide as such there is nothing much to explain over there in this chapter. It involves your practice. So I will be discussing few questions from your exercise which will help you in understanding the concept. So I will be explaining the questions only till the equation is formed, because the rest of the part is how you are going to solve as you have solved exercise 7a. The rest, if you find any problem in the calculation, PDF file for the solutions will also be sent. You can check there. But first, you have to keep on trying each and everything. So here go with the first question. First is 4 added to twice a number yields 26 upon 5. Find the fraction. So first what you have to find is fraction. So you are going to suppose the fraction to be x. Now what you have to do with the x is twice a number. Twice means 2 times a number. It means 2 multiplied by x. 4 is added. It means 2x plus 4. Yields means equal. It means 2x plus 4 is equal to 26 upon 5. This is how you are going to form the equation. Now discussing, after that you have to solve as you have solved the equation and you will find the answer. Now moving to the next question. Find the consecutive positive odd integers whose sum is 76. Now consecutive means which comes regular in counting. Odd number means like 1, 3, 5, 7. These are consecutive odd numbers. The numbers which I read out, you might have understood that there is a gap of 2 numbers in between. It means 1, 3, 5. The gap, the difference between the two odd numbers is 2. So what we are going to do, first odd number we are going to suppose 2x plus 1. You can suppose only x also, you can suppose x plus 1 also, and you can also suppose 2x plus 1. Now depending upon what you have supposed in your first number, second number also depends upon it. If the first number is x, second number will be x plus 2. Or like in this case, if you have supposed 2x plus 1, second number will be 2x plus 3. Why it is supposed x plus 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 3 is to ease out your confusion, so that being it is odd, so you add odd row numbers, so that it will be easy for you to identify like this. Now since we have to add 2, find the consecutive positive odd numbers whose sum is 76. Since there are two odd numbers, so what we have supposed, first odd number is 2x plus 1, second odd number is 2x plus 3, and their sum is 76. So the equation goes 2x plus 1, that is first number, plus 2x plus 3, which is second number, that is equal to 76. And after that you have to solve the equation, and don't forget to find the final answers, because while solving you will get only the value of x, but we have supposed first number to be 2x plus 1, so you have to put the value of x in the first number and find the value of the first number, which will come out to be 37. So your final answer will be 37 and 39 as shown below. Coming to the next question is, this is the denomination case, that when you go and purchase the things in the billing part, what you all do is, first of all you have to find it out that how many items you have found, and that is multiplied by the cost of one item, which gives you a total individually of all the items, and then you sum up all the amount of the various item and you will get the total bill amount. You have to solve the question somewhat of this side. First is, Sumitra has rupees 34 in 50 paisa and 25 paisa coins, but we do not know the number of coins, but we know that the 25 paisa coins is twice the number of 50 paisa coins. It means if the 50 paisa coins is x, then the number of 25 paisa coins is 2x. Being the total amount is 34 and it is in paisa, so what you are going to do is, either you change the paisa into rupees by dividing by 100 as it is done like this, or if you want to avoid the confusion of fraction, you can do so by changing the 34 into paisa by multiplying it by 100. So here it will go. So being 50 paisa coin is x, so multiply by 50 upon 100, which will give you the value of the 50 paisa coins. Then 2x upon 100 multiply by 25, which will give you the value of 25 paisa coins. Sum of these two values is equal to 34. This is how the equation is formed, and rest the equation is solved. Now moving to the next question, you will also get the sum of ages. Now in this question we will be using the concept of ratio also. You have done in your class 6th ratio. First they said that Sonali and Manoj are in the ratio 7:5. It means their present ages is, let the age of Sonal and Manoj will be 7x and 5x. 10 years hence means after. If after 10 years Sonal will also grow 10 more, her age will be plus 10, and Manoj age will also be increased by 10. That's why it will become 7x plus 10 and Manoj age is 5x plus 10. And we know ratio we can write it in fractions also, so they have written it, since Sonal's age is first, so that ratio will be the numerator first, and then for denominator will be the Manoj's age. Now after 10 years their age ratio is 9:7. So that's why the equation becomes 7x plus 10 upon 5x plus 10, that is equal to 9 upon 7. This you can solve it further by cross multiplying and get the final answer. Next question is also related to the age, but it is bit different. The earlier one was ratio, so now this is something else. 5 years ago, a man was 7 times as old as his son. Now the present age we will suppose it to be x. Now 5 years hence, 5 years ago, 5 years ago a man was 7 times as old as his son. 5 years hence the father will be 3 times as old as his son. So let the age of 5 years ago, son's age will be x, father's age will be 7x, because they have told 7 times. Times means multiply. Though after that they said after 5 years. अगर पहले वाला 5 साल पहले था तो 5 साल बाद वाला प्रेजेंट एज होगी. तो इट मीन्स प्रेजेंट एज ऑफ सन विल बी x plus 5, father will be 7x plus 5. So what is the relation between the present age? That the father is 3 times. 3 times means you have to multiply the age of son by 3, which will be equal to the age of a father. So your equation goes 7x plus 10, that is father's age, is equal to 3 multiplied by x plus 10, which is 3 times of a son's age. So they both are equal, and after that you are going to solve the equation. Next is, in an examination a student requires 40% of the total marks to pass. If Rupa gets 185 marks and fails by 15 marks, find the total marks. अगर रूपा को 185 मिले हैं और वो 15 मार्क्स से फेल है, इट मीन्स अगर उसको 15 मार्क्स और मिलते तो वो पासिंग मार्क्स होते. तो पासिंग मार्क्स क्या हुए? 185 प्लस 15 विच इज़ इक्वल टू 200. Now we are going, since you have to find the total marks, we are going to suppose let the total marks be x, and we know that 40% is a passing marks. So 40% of x, that is equal to 200. So that will be your equation, and after solving you will get a total marks value to be 500. Next is a bit tricky sum. You can solve it in many ways. First is, a number consists of 2 digits. 2 digits, if we have a number like 23 is a 2-digit number, 64 is a 2-digit number, 59 is a 2-digit number. If you write in the expanded form 59, what do you write? 50 plus 9. It means 5 is multiplied by 10 and 9 is multiplied by 1. So over here they have told us first the sum of digits of both 2 digits is 8. So let the units digit be x. So it means the other number digit at the tens will be 8 minus x. So what will be the number? X is the tens digit plus x is the units digit. So tens digit will be the number which is at the 10th digit has to be multiplied by 10. So 10 will be multiplied by 8 minus x plus x, that will be your digit, or you can say a number. Now when you reverse the number which is a unit digit will become a tens digit. So why on reversing, the number x will be multiplied by 10 and the units digit will be 8 minus x. So the new number after reversing will become 10 multiplied by x plus 8 minus x. Now what they have told, a number consists of 2 digits whose sum is 8. If 18 is added to the number, its digits are reversed. मीन्स अगर हम पुराने नंबर में 18 ऐड करेंगे जिसमें यूनिट्स डिजिट हमने x सपोज किया था और टेंस डिजिट हमारा 8 माइनस एक्स था, जो कि यहाँ ब्रैकेट में 1 करके शो किया हुआ है, अगर उसमें हम 18 बना दें तो वो नंबर उल्टा हो जाएगा. दैट इज़ जिसमें हमने 10 मल्टीप्लाई किया है x के साथ और यूनिट्स डिजिट है 8 माइनस एक्स. Like this you will get the equation which is below, and then you have to solve it. Complementary angles are those angles whose sum is 90 degree. It means if one angle is 40, its complement angle will be 90 minus 40, that is 50. Now over here the question is, two complementary angles differ by 8. We know that the sum of angles of a complementary is 90, but we do not know the angle, so we will suppose first angle to be x, other angle will be 90 minus x. So their difference is 8, so the equation becomes x minus 90 minus x, which is equal to 8, and you will solve it. And next sum in your exercise is supplementary angle. Sum of supplementary angles is 180. In an isosceles triangle, you have a property that whenever the opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are also equal. And now over here, the base angle means the equal angles are given, which are equal. In an isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal and the vertex angle is twice. मीन्स अगर बेस एंगल एक एक्स है तो दूसरा भी एक्स होगा, क्योंकि आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल में बेस एंगल इक्वल है, और जो थर्ड एंगल है वो बेस एंगल का डबल है, इट मीन्स वो 2x होगा. एंड यू नो दैट सम ऑफ एंगल्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज 180. सो टू बेस एंगल्स इज x, another base angle is also x, and the third angle is 2x. That's why the equation becomes x plus 2x is equal to 180. Now that's all from my side. Hope you will, and keep on trying, don't lose heart, keep on trying again and again, and you will surely succeed.